Hi everybody, Pastor Bill here. Today we're going to work on a few things here today, and we're going to check out some stuff. One of the things is the clutch on the tractor. You see all I did was just come out here. I also got a big mess. I'm going to probably clean up that today, but you won't see that. But we're going to check out the clutch. And I'm pretty sure that the clutch disc is okay. But I'm thinking the fingers on the clutch or the throw-out bearing is just shot. We know that last week we got the tractor running. It runs good. Yesterday, me and my son was out here cleaning up the yard some, and he wanted to see if it would start again. So I came out here and we preheated the motor, and it started right up. We'll probably try it again. If we try it again, it should. The motor is good. But what's good is the motor. If we can't get the tractor to work, if the clutch won't disengage, and that's what we're having a problem with. The clutch just doesn't have no pedal to disengage. So we're gonna check that out, and we're also gonna work on the dash on the tractor, because even though we got it to start, it's not charging. So I did check. I put a voltmeter on there. It's not charging. We got 12.5 volts. That's what we started out with. And it should be somewhere in like 13.5 volts when it's running, right around that area, somewhere 14 volts, but not 12.5. So the battery's still in good condition. I've started it several times on it. This little motor doesn't take much juice, but it ain't gonna take long. We're gonna get down to the 12 point level, and the battery will start decaying really rapidly. So I may have to put this thing on a charger, but if we can get I got the new regulator, I got the LED lights that I said I was going to get. I also got some plastic material to make a really cool dash out of. I got the light switch, I got lights, so I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to try to keep these videos within a half hour per video. It seems like people want to see just shorter little blurps and a lot of information in those shorter little blurps, and that's where we're going to try to do it. This is Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. All right, we're going to check the clutch out. So the first thing we want to notice is the clutch is already depressed as far as it'll go. It should be sitting up into this area, and there should be about a 1/2 inch of free play like this, but it goes all the way down and does that. And then hear that? That's the springs being depressed on the clutch. So it doesn't even depress the clutch until it's below the surface of the deck of the platform. Yeah, well, this is just a little tractor. You would have to have a peg leg or something to push the clutch down. But it still doesn't disengage. So that tells me it's hitting the back brake rod when it's fully depressed. And it's also hitting the rod that goes towards the throwout bearing, hits the plate. So there's no more free play left. So that means the clutch is just worn out, and we're going to have to replace it. So what does that entail? Let me pick you up here. So that means we're going to have to split the tractor here, the motor from the transmission, from the back, split the tractor completely in half. Well, the steering is on the back half. So we're going to have to pull this steering link off, swing it out of the way, and then take all the bolts around the bell housing off, Let me swing you around over here. All right, and if you notice, we have these two hydraulic lines. And the two hydraulic lines goes to the PTO in the back. And they come up and go over and hook into the pump, which we know works really well. So that means we're going to have to disconnect these two lines and then pull the tractor in two pieces. Now, the part that holds the tank, also this right here has to come off. This is the throttle. So, but that's just a cotter pin. We just take that cotter pin off and we're good. And there's a bolt that's supposed to be, I don't know if you can see it. There's a hole right there. And that is missing. That bolts the battery box slash fuel tank to the back half of the tractor on top of the steering box, which we're also probably got to work on that too. So that'd be a good opportunity once we have the tractor apart to see what's going on. Why is there so much play in that thing? See if there's any adjustment left in it, and we'll do that. Also, I have an oil leak on the valve cover. So what I noticed is the bolts that we had are a little long and they're bottoming out, not squeezing the gasket. So I'll probably pick up some more bolts and fix that, but that won't be today. Right now we're going to focus on why it's nice and cool. It's beautiful out here today. It's not supposed to get up even into the 80s. It's just beautiful. There's a cold front coming down from Canada. It brought in a couple tornadoes to our area. It was devastating down there where the barbershop was. But we didn't get touched here. We got a few little limbs down. It rained a little bit, but now this cold front is here, and I'm going to take the opportunity to do some things on this tractor while I can. So I got today and tomorrow, and I'm going to focus on this tractor. I'm going to try to get 2 videos done today. So one of them is going to be working on those electricals here. Right, we're gonna fix this stuff. This is the horn, and we don't even need to use that because we're gonna be coming off, going to the horn switch, and it's gonna do the lights off the accessory and go straight from there right to the components. And we're gonna put lights on there that tells that the glow plug's running on this side, and a light that says that the lights are doing something. And we're gonna replace these idiot lights, and we're gonna make a whole new dash panel that goes over top of this dilapidated. Be careful, I'll make some sparkles. So here we got, so we're gonna probably put another headlight knob over here somewhere. This is where the fuel thing goes in there for the throttle. So we got to keep that. And this was where a switch was, and this is where a switch was that somebody had put in. It's not factory. Here's the original headlight switch, which it seems to be working, but dude, we got this authenticity to the Maximus switch right here with the horn button and everything on it. So we're going to try to replace that and make a new one. This horn button's coming out, so it's just going to have Swiss cheese done, and we want to get rid of the Swiss cheese. We want this thing to look awesome. So we're going to put in some new idiot lights. I got some pilot light types. We're going to put a new switch in. Delete this, delete that hole over here, delete that hole, delete that hole. Make this thing look like brand new. I mean, that's what I like. I like brand new. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna try to get that done this morning, and see if we can't get that up and running. And we got the brand new regulator we're gonna put in, and we'll start it up and see if we can't get the charging system working on this thing. And it may have some other issues. My son said he split the wiring harness in two back here, and he's got and wired all these things. So these may not be in the right order, and they got similar wires going to this connector here. So I don't know if the correct wires going up through it or not. I don't know if it's the correct wires coming from the sensors on the motor or not. It should be a ground and a hot wire that comes through the sensors here, and there's a sensor on the other side, and let me see, you got it's got charging, temp, and oil. Sorry about that. Charging, temp, and oil. And so always want to be thinking safety. So we're gonna, already had this loose. We want to take off the ground wire. Take the ground wire off so that there ain't no mistakes. Put your nut back on so you don't lose it. Now that we're safe, we're going to try to take this regulator off. It has been soaking in WD-40 for a while. I don't want to get these wires mixed up. This one goes here, this one goes here, because when we put the new pilot lights in, we want to solder those wires so we can retain the factory plug. Nope, they are rusted tight, just like the other ones that was in here. Swapped it out to a number 3 bit. Number 3 bit. Just I gotta remember that. Alright. This connector's seen better days. So Sparex is a company that remakes replacement parts for a lot of these vintage tractors, and supposedly the case S370 is also the same one as the Satoh regulator. See if we can't get the idiot lights out. Number 3. Nope. We'll use the metric. Okay, we got the dash out, completely unhooked, and I have a piece of plexiglass, or not plexiglass, a little piece of plastic, black. It's textured on one side, often used in installing car radios and dash repairs and stuff like that. And what we're going to attempt to do is mount a couple screws in it here, run the heat gun over it, and then trim it to fit, and then drill all our spots on it where we want to put our instrumentation and our switches and stuff like that on it, and just give it a nice, clean, brand new appearance. And then we'll have to disassemble it all together when we get the paint, so we can paint this. So, but I want to keep the factory harnesses so that we could be a plug and play. So the dash can literally be taken off with and just unplugged. So you see, I still got to get these things out right here, because that's going to be in the way of me screwing that down. And actually, it's not going to quite cover. We'll make that work. If I gotta just do it pss, 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 and grind it down, that's what we'll do. But right now, we're going to fabricate. I doubt if we're going to be able to get these out. I may have to drill them out all the way. This way, this. Okay, we're going to give this a test fit. I'm going to put a nice fancy grommet in there. All my bolt holes are lining up. Put my idiot lights here and my light switch here. And we'll probably put some other little lights. Don't need no more screws because these are going to hold it down. All right, so I got two sets of these pilot lights. And we're just gonna drill them. They got a ground and a positive. On LED lights, you cannot wire them backwards. They will not function. There's a little diode. Well, LED means light emitted diode. So the diode only works in one direction. You have to get the positive to the positive. If not, it will not work. So I figure we're gonna put a blue one on the lights, a white one, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it, red one maybe on the alternator, the green one on fast. I don't know, we'll figure it out here. First I gotta get the right drill bit. We'll drill these things, put 3 blink blink blinks right here and some more blink blink blinks somewhere else. I got another bag of them here. So originally they had red, red, and yellow. Oil was, maybe we'll do that. We'll put red, red, yellow. That's what we'll do. Okay. I wasn't recording, so I'll tell you what I just did. I drilled a hole and put the light switch in We have all these idiot lights. Okay, there's the dashboard installed. Got it all hooked up. I did a test run on it. It's still not charging. And my idiot lights are not working. I believe I'm not getting a good ground on those. I'll check those at another time. I still got to pull it all apart anyways to paint it. Okay, my LED lights are not lighting up. Not even my light for my light switch, but I'm getting power on the output end. So that means the switch is running. Same thing with my LED for my glow plugs. I checked it. I'm getting power at my glow plugs through the switch. So it's power is getting to the LED, but it's not getting a ground. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the ground post that is here and run it straight to the ground. Just put a little jumper from there to here. That way we're sure this thing is getting a ground. So there's a lot of stuff in between this and that, going through the steering column and all kinds of other stuff. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick. Okay, I ran a ground from the regulator connect where it bolts onto the dash panel right directly to the battery. Now if we have any dash lights now. So we're going to put the key to the on position. So far no dash lights. Let's try the headlights. Whoa, we got headlights. So now we know that there was a ground problem. Let's try the glow plugs. Oh yeah, glow plugs are shown working. All right, let's start the motor up. Okay, that'll be it for this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. I can say this, just the dash itself, and without all, I mean, nothing worked. Nothing, absolutely nothing. When I got the tractor, no ignition switch, nothing. Now we got a light switch. We have idiot lights that are not working, but I'm pretty well. We got the one work with the for the lights, and we got the glow plug one to work, and I'm sure we're really close to making the other ones work, and maybe the alternator. I just got to do some more research. It's very possibly when the wires got spliced back together, they may be in the wrong order, so I may have to pull that wiring harness apart and check it. And maybe the alternator itself is bad. I may just go ahead and buy a brand new alternator, you know, and not even worry about it. It'll be one episode probably breaking it apart, and one episode putting it back together, and then driving it through the area here. So remember, if you like these things, press like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And also, if you have questions, put it down on there. I've done a lot of tons of research and everything on this tractor may have only been for the Satoh Beaver, may have only been made, you know, for maybe 10 years back in the 70s, but this tractor is still being manufactured for overseas, for like in Russia, in China, Indonesia, the Philippines, and each one of those tractors has got a different name. But if you by looking up those tractors and researching it, sometimes you'll see a part on eBay will fit 3 different tractors. And then when you go researching those 3 different tractors, you find out all 3 tractors are made by Mitsubishi. So Mitsubishi makes this tractor. Satoh, you know, is like Kubota, right? So it's like maybe somebody else makes that part for them. So a lot of those parts are still being manufactured. That being, I mean, this is a really nice little tractor. Now, it didn't work at all when I got it. And a little bit by little bit, I didn't leave nothing out. In all these videos, you know, I wasn't working on the tractor when it wasn't on. It was, everything was done on video, every single thing. And now we got a working tractor. Except it's going to be really working when we get that clutch in there. So until next time, this is Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. God bless. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.